Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I wanted to kind of go over the rough country lift that we just installed last week here on the 6.0. So I'll turn the key on. So we've put about 500 or 500 or 600 miles on this truck in the last week. All kind of different roads, all different kind of surfaces. You know, asphalt, concrete, chip seal, a little bit of gravel, not a whole lot of gravel, but I will say, all in all, actually, let's start with the install first. So, installing this lift was very easy. It was very simple. We made it a little more difficult because we wanted to paint the frame, so we got that done, and then we also powder coated the lift kit and a few things off of the truck. We did the springs and the perches as well as the tow hooks on the front bumper. I'll actually post a picture of all that stuff up here on the screen. And also, I do have videos on all that stuff. If y'all haven't already seen them, be sure to go check those out. But, again, on the install, very simple. So for this particular lift, what we did, we undid the, well, I mean, we got a video on that, but pretty much dropped the springs out. They give you a puck, and I'll actually throw a picture of the lift that I bought up here on the screen right now. So we got like a puck lift, and the reason for that being, I don't know about it anymore, but on the white truck, I actually had a rough country lift on that truck. I had a 3-inch spindle lift and 2-inch leveling springs, and the truck rode like a brick. So on this truck, I wanted to keep the factory springs instead of doing the rough country replacement, so I ordered the little puck lift. But two reasons why I ordered that lift, that being the first, I wanted to keep the factory springs and kind of the factory ride, and two was I wanted a 3-inch lift. Everybody else made a 3.5 or a 4, and the reason I wanted a 3 is because on this truck, for those of you who don't know, in the rear I have airbags, so I didn't want to mess with the airbag system and all that kind of stuff. So the way it is right now, it's got a little bit of lean to the rear, but I don't have any air in the bags whatsoever. So if I ever wanted to, you know, level it out or whatever, all I would have to do, air up the bags, and that takes care of that. So again, you know, I didn't want to go any higher than a 3 because of the airbags, and I knew I wanted to do a 33 on the factory platinum stock wheels. So that's kind of how we ended up with this whole setup. But anyway, back to the lift. We didn't get a puck lift, so you have a block that goes under the lower spring perch, and then the spring sits on top of it and raises it up. You have those. You have radius arm drop brackets. You have a track bar drop bracket. Some brake line little extension bracket pieces, and I mean that's really it. One thing that I will say that I wish they included was on this truck, the ABS lines come off the hub. They run over to the radius arm. They run down the radius arm and up, and they clip into the back of the fender liner. Well, when we put it all back together with the radius arm drops and everything, it pulled those really tight. We was kind of almost thinking that it would probably pull the wire out of the connector, so we unclip those. We'll have to drill some holes, move that down a bit, just kind of free it up. Right now they're unclipped, they're just kind of dangling, but we do want to get those secured at some point. So that's kind of that I wish they would have done something a little bit different, you know, make a bracket, or at least include in the little instruction deal, you know, how you need to move this, because we did look through it and it ain't in there. But But other than that, the lift was very easy. You know, it took us, let's say we started on Wednesday. We tore it down Wednesday, painted the frame Wednesday, let it dry Thursday, powder coated Friday, and then put it back together on Saturday. So it, you know, it was a lot of work, I will say. Kind of, not really, but it was, you know. But as far as ease of installation, it was very, very easy, very simple. So I will say they did pretty good on that as far as simplifying everything. You know, little stuff like on the brake lines. I would show you. I can't see it because it's kind of overcast today. Well, it looks better on the camera than it does in person, but anyway, couldn't see it anyway. The brake line bracket. They give you a little bracket that takes, I'll actually throw up a picture on the screen, but you have your brake line bracket that mounts to the spring perch. They give you a little bracket that takes it and tilts it just a little bit. And I'll throw a picture up here on the screen before we put the wheels on. So, if y'all seen that little bracket, all that bracket does is it takes your brake line bracket and it moves it just slightly to free up a little bit of room in the brake line, which is pretty handy, you know. But like I said, easy installation, super easy. The rear would have been super easy as well because it's just a block. But again, we didn't do it because I have airbags. And again, if I don't like a little bit of lean that it has, it's not much. But if I don't like it, all I got to do, go to the back, air up the bags, and we're good. So I guess moving on from that, ride quality. I know a lot of people say, oh, you know, rough country shocks are terrible. Well, I will say this has the N3s, the new N3s that they have, and this truck rides amazing. Again, I did keep the factory springs, and I will say from the leveling kit, 2.5-inch leveling kit with the factory Ranchos that the FX4s come with, to the 3-inch lift with all the drop brackets, everything's in line, and everything else with the N3 shocks. This thing rides amazing, much better than it ever has since I've owned the truck. And I've put, you know, 60-some thousand miles on the thing, and I will say it rides better now than it ever has. So I'm very impressed. My grandpa is also very impressed. I would say this rides better than his stock 09 two-wheel drive F-150, if that, you know, kind of says anything. The truck drives super straight. Steering wheel's turned because the wheels are turned. Blip. But no alignment. We didn't align the thing afterwards. I know they recommend it. The one thing we did have to do is the steering wheel was about 90 degrees to the passenger side. So we got up under there on the drag link, loosened it up, and spun that around until we got our wheel straight, locked it back down, and we're good. I didn't make a video on that. There's a ton of videos on YouTube as far as straightening your steering wheel on a solid axle truck. So I didn't do that, but we did get this straight. The truck drives super straight, so we didn't get it aligned. The front axle on the leveling kit was pushed to the driver's side just a bit, and now it is perfectly centered. On the leveling kit that we had prior, the springs on the passenger side did rub the frame. That is completely resolved, so we're good. And then again, with our new tires, this thing rides great, super smooth, super quiet. You do get a little bit of road noise from the tires, but I mean they're all-terrain tires. They're not street tires or nothing like that. So you do get a little bit of, it's not even like a hum, it's just kind of a whooshing sound. So they're nice. I like it. The thing's quiet. Like I said, it's quiet. It's smooth. It's nice. I like it. So I guess with that being said, would I recommend this lift to anybody? Absolutely. You know, if you don't want to do a 4-inch lift, if you want to keep it kind of level, or kind of short, I guess would be not the right word, but I guess it works. Because again, I didn't want to do big tires on this truck. I didn't want to lift it super high like the white truck. I didn't want to lift the rear, have to mess with the airbags, and if I figured if we lifted the rear anymore, it wouldn't work with our gooseneck, so I didn't want to do that. So stuck with a 3-inch lift. I think I know Rough Country is the only place that makes like a full 3-inch lift with all the drop brackets and everything associated with that. So I'm like I said, I'm pretty happy with it. My grandpa's very happy with it as well. So I would say we've done good. Rough Country lift kit. I was kind of skeptical, I'm not gonna lie, from the white truck deal, but so far, you know, the first 500-ish miles, I would say it's pretty good. Now, I will also keep y'all updated as time goes along, but for the time being, we're pretty good. So again, I would say if anybody's on the fence about buying one of these, you don't want to go super high, you know, you want to stay with a smaller tire or whatever, I would say this is a really good lift, especially if you want to keep your factory springs and go ahead, paint them or powder coated like I did mine. Yeah, I would say absolutely go for it. You know, we only went up like a 1/2 inch in the front, but it rides so much better because of the all the angles are right. The caster's back where it needs to be. The front axle is back centered where it needs to be. Everything's happy. So I would say, again, I would absolutely recommend getting one of these. Rough Country is not paying me to make this video. They didn't sponsor it or nothing like that. I paid for this lift with my money. And I'm not affiliated with Rough Country at this point at all. So take that as you may. But I guess, I guess that's it. So again, 3-inch lift on the front, factory in the rear, FX4 truck, 06 F250, if that matters for anything. We did put the new shocks on the rear, and then all the stuff in the front. But anyway, I guess that's probably going to be a wrap for this video. Again, I thought I'd just kind of go over that, sitting here, kind of enjoying the nice weather, and I figured I'd just make this video and, like I said, go over that stuff, and for anybody that was wondering. But anyway, guys, like I said, I think that's going to be a wrap for today's video. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed today's video, or you possibly found it helpful, please drop a like and comment down below. Hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope everybody has a great day.